Billy D's right here. I hope everyone is off to a fantastic new year. One of the big news stories that closed out 2025 was the Nick Shirley reporting on the fraud in Minnesota. Now, there's been a lot of debate about this. How legitimate was the story? How much is he a journalist and so forth? And this is all good. Our sources of information should be questioned as well. But what isn't being talked about enough is why this type of reporting has become so popular. And it is simply because legacy media is dying, and they know it.
A lot has changed since the first person sat in this chair, but for me, the biggest difference is people do not trust us like they used to. And it's not just us, it's all of legacy media. And I get it.
That is the new anchor of CBS News, and I'm optimistic that CBS News can become something different. A lot of people say it's too late. I hope it's not, because the more information, the better. In the meantime, there has been a rise in what I would call the new media, podcast, Substack, and so on. And we are part of that. We've had the podcast now for about 10 years, and most of our growth has been in the last 18 months. And don't get me wrong, I'm always very excited when I see the audience grow. But I always pause just a moment and take a moment to realize that this comes with a lot of responsibility. And I would plead with my other creators in the new media sphere as well. We don't always have to be right, but we have to be sincere. And we have to respect the audience. They're not just numbers we are racking up. There are people who are listening to us, whether it's for our reporting or for our analysis or what have you, and we should respect that and take a lot of responsibility in our actions and what we say. The last thing we want is for podcasts to become as much of a punchline as MSNBC. I also want to plead to the audiences out there, the ones that listen to the podcast, that read Substack, that go on YouTube and watch videos and so on and so forth. And for those of you who still include the legacy media, which I believe is a good idea, take some responsibility in the way you process information. Even with the Nick Shirley report, if you are a conservative, you're rah-rah. If you are a liberal, this is all making a big deal out of nothing. And we have to stop analyzing this type of information through those types of filters. If you are on a team, you are lending yourself to manipulation. Be objective in the way you consume information. I hope the new year is a fantastic year for the new media. I certainly want to be a part of it. I'm very excited about it. But I also want it to remain and become a respected part of the way information is processed in the public discourse.